Yo, what it do, 2K fans? It's your boy JuKIng the Boss, and today we're doing our first weekend first impressions review of NBA 2K21. Now, just like most fans of video games, I enjoy playing video games that are fun for me. And so I always find NBA 2K fun, and if I don't, I'll stop playing, I'll stop buying. So today I'm hoping to give you enough information on the modes and the parts of the game that I've experienced to let you know whether or not this is a game that you might be interested in buying. This is a game that you might want to wait for a sale, or this is a game that you might just want to wait for next gen, and whether or not you should be buying a specific version of the game. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the MyCareer. Now, I play MyCareer, Park, and Rec. That's all I play. So if you're looking for someone to review it on my team, you're going to have to check with someone else. I haven't dived into my team just yet. I'll probably sample it a little bit, but nothing too much. Can't really give you an honest review if I don't play that part of the game often. Okay. So first up is MyCareer. Now, the story itself, if you haven't seen the story, I did break it down into 3 parts, 98% cut scenes with 2% gameplay highlights, and all put together in 3 beautifully put episodes. I'll leave a link in the description down below for that, for you to go check it out. Good story all around. Better story than we've had in the past couple years. The character named Junior, better character named in the past all of 2K stories. Now, when it comes down to the gameplay itself, I enjoyed the gameplay that was put in front of us for the MyCareer story. Main reason I did was because in high school you played 3 games that were 4 quarters, 5 minutes each. You played 1 game where you played a half of the game. And then in college you played 8 games, 2 halves each, 10-minute halves. And right then and there I said, okay, this is good because it allows me to build my character from 60 overall to a nice 70 by the time I get to the NBA. So I shouldn't be a first round, first overall pick, but I should at least be a competent player in the NBA. So that was a plus to me. I'll give that a thumbs up. I'll give that a big W, because normally when they included college, it was always just you play these 3 games and then go to the draft. And at the end of those 3 games, you done earn maybe 400 VC in total, and you still managed to be picked 3rd overall with a 62 overall. Come on now, that just don't make no sense. So I looked at it and said that was a big W. Now let's go to what the gameplay is like now once you're in MyCareer and you can set your levels. So I've come across what I think is a bug in the gameplay itself, and that's simple. When I'm playing on offense and I call for an off-ball screen, my teammate comes and sets the screen, and my opponent runs into the screen, and on the other side of the screen, he's able to slide right on through. You'll see him make contact, get the tough screen contact, and as soon as he come out on the other side, he slides right in front of you with the quickness. He's able to catch up with you with the quickness. So I'm assuming that that's a bug, and hopefully that's what that is, because if not, then that's just a broken mechanic. Now, all in all, I think the MyCareer experience is a great one this year, but I haven't continued to play it just yet, so I'm only a couple games into my first season. We'll see how it all comes together as the season develops and as my character develops, whether or not my character is going to feel like a 99 or feel like a 72 at 99. All right, so I will say I enjoyed that. I do enjoy so far what I'm experienced with MyCareer. If you're a MyCareer player, I think that there's going to be a lot there for you. The fact that you get to choose your agent this year, that's a plus for you. Now, let's talk about the Rec. The Rec don't seem like it changed, but so much. Don't really look different. Don't really look new. It felt like the lighting might have been a little different, but other than that, the Rec seems the same to me. I got to look at it again, but I don't think I missed anything. Now, when it comes down to the gameplay in the Rec is as it always has been. It's there. It's decent enough. It's basically 5v5 pickup games with randoms and maybe a buddy if you can get a buddy to go in there with you. I will give the Rec a solid neutral expression because it's not worse, it's not better. There was one thing that I happened to notice though is that when someone calls a timeout, it don't tell you who called the timeout. So like it'll just say Team White called a timeout or Team Black called a timeout. So a person on my team called a timeout, and it just said Team White called a timeout. Now to me, I think that's pretty cool. It's risky because we know why people, you know what I'm saying, didn't like when they knew who called the timeout, because they was gonna most likely get on the messages and kind of cuss them out. So I don't know if that's a good thing. We got to see as the season progresses, as the days progress, whether or not that's a plus or a minus. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty, the park. You know, that's where most people are gonna spend a lot of their time. That's where a lot of players who play online like to really just like get together and get some runs going. Content creators spend a lot of time there. Now, let's go with the visuals first. First of all, the courts, they look beautiful. I love the color. I love the aesthetic of each and every one of these courts. The only downside to the visuals of the courts, believe it or not, is the twos courts. Now, I didn't look at them heavy, but to me, the twos courts didn't get any love when it come down to a visual upgrade. And I'm not a twos player. Right now and then I'll jump on the twos when it's me and one of my homies online, and we not trying to wait too long to find us a game. We'll get on the twos court and let it make us mad. And then that's it. But I really think that the twos court, because the content creators spend a lot of time on it, should have gotten a visual upgrade, gotten some visual love. But if they're not mad about it, I'm not going to be mad about it for them. So it is what it is. But I'm hoping that if they are upset about it, that 2K kind of at least do something nice as the season starts to change. Do something good with the twos court. Make it kind of worth the while. But the visual of the threes courts are beautiful. I can't wait to see what they do when we get special events that usually happen directly in the neighborhood. So the next thing, of course, is the gameplay. Now, the park gameplay feels the same, but the shooting, everybody will tell you that the shooting is so much different right now. Now, there are a lot of ups and downs about the shooting. To me, everything is an up about the shooting because it's a skills gap kind of put in place to make sure that the best shooters can shoot. You just got to find your shot, and those who aren't the best shooters will not be shooting like Steph Curry all season long. That's the thing that always kind of like kills people playing in the park and in the multiplayer aspect, when you done worked all year with your build and your build has no defense, but he can shoot like crazy. But now in a build with max defense can shoot just as crazy as your build. So I like the mechanics that they went with. I like the direction that they went with. I think that for real, as long as we as a community kind of understand where they went and why they went this direction, I think we can have fun and kind of really just get it in. I don't really look towards toxicity as much as the next. If something's toxic, I just avoid it and go do something different. I don't want the game to become one of those joints where I stop playing in the park because people are literally just thinking that the park is just bad for no reason. There are some server issues, and let's speak on those a little bit. So when the game first dropped, the first day was good, but then day 2, the service was acting real weird. Couldn't get games going. Some parks just was empty. It was just people standing around because nobody could get a game going. And I was like, okay. That was the day I went to play Rec because of that. Now, they did a pretty good job at fixing it. Didn't get fixed right away. I think it took like a day to kind of really suss the problem out and kind of work on it. But all in all, I so far think that the servers are going to be all right for right now. I still think they need to change the servers that they go with, but that's a whole nother topic. When it comes down to it, you get yourself in a good game, I think that you'll have a lot of fun. The fun factor is there. There's still some work, of course, that I always think 2K needs to do. But as far as visual look, gameplay feels the same as 2K20. But with the shooting mechanics being a little different, that is an improvement. The fact that the defensive blocks are a little different, that's an improvement. Those are the things that I look at and say, I love that about this game. I love that enjoyment about this game. Because when I like to play defense, and the fact that I know that I can put somebody's stuff on the glass like it's no tomorrow, perfect. So that's great. All in all, as of right now, if I was to give this game a rating on just the first weekend alone, I'd probably go with 6.5, 7. And it's because it's good enough to play. It's fun. And at the same time, in order for me to truly give it a rating, I have to wait until after the first event happened and see how that goes. All right. But that's my rating on it so far. I hope I said enough to either entice you to get it or give you enough information if you're a MyCareer player or a Park player to say, hey, well, I might want to dive into it. Now, the one thing I will say that might be a complaint to some people, I haven't seen people saying anything about it just yet. That is that the game itself is great, but the neighborhood feels like 2K18s when it come down to getting places. Sometimes you're going to take some wins, sometimes you're going to take some L's, but in order for the park to look different, the neighborhood to look different, that's what was going to have to happen anyway. It was going to have to go that way. So, as you see, we took a beating, 22-4. The last thing I wanted to let y'all know is that after playing in the rec game, I realized something, that working on my shooting is something I want to do. And in order to do it, one of the best ways to do it, I thought that I would create a pro-am team to play either 3v3s or play 5v5s and literally call it the practice squad. I'll drop some more details about that. Either pay attention to the community tab or look for a video where I'll be discussing that if I go through with it. That's something I want to engage everybody else with and kind of just put everybody in a place where it's all about getting better and kind of mastering that learning curve. So there you have it, my review on 2K21. I hope you all enjoyed if you got it, and if you don't, let me know why. Catch you on the next one. Peace.